Welcome to the 5th Annual Alberta Motorcycle Safety Society Campaign Kickoff. I'm Terry Evans from K97 Radio in Edmonton, and I'm a rider. From the beginning, this has been a collective effort, radio, print, and television mediums coming together to spread the message to reduce motorcycle injuries and fatalities in the province of Alberta. This has been a collective effort to educate drivers and riders equally on the importance of this initiative. I hope you'll take a few minutes to watch and learn from the following speakers. Here's Sean Burke from Edmonton's 96.3 The Breeze to talk about Stingray and the partnership with the Alberta Motorcycle Safety Society.
Hi everybody, it's Sean Burke from 96.3 The Breeze. I host the Morning Breeze. Don't mind the haircuts. I cut it at the house with some clippers. That's where we are now with this COVID situation. We're giving ourselves home haircuts. I actually went down a helmet size. This is my 1973 Yamaha RD350. It's a two-stroke and I can't wait to get out riding. Stingray Radio, proud to be a media partner again this year with my friends at the Alberta Motorcycle Safety Society, and we're gonna blanket the province with their word. 32 stations, Stingray Radio across Alberta. We've got 23 communities covered, and we're gonna be supporting the AMSS with online mentions, obviously on-air mentions, but this season's gonna be a little different. You know, the COVID situation has turned things upside down, so motorcycle shows and motorcycle rides and these sorts of things canceled, postponed, but you can still get out there and do some riding and do it safely. Watch out for everybody, and if you're out, make sure you snap some pictures. All the different communities you visit across the province, make sure you use the hashtag ThinkBike, ride safe, and ride smart. Tag the AMSS as well. You'll find them on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter as well, and tag me at Burkey. Have a safe riding season from everybody at 96.3 The Breeze and Stingray Radio.
And now, here's Mark Dobbelsteyn from the Alberta Safety Council, representing the valued corporate members who promote motorcycle safety and awareness in Alberta.
Normally, it would be a beautiful spring Edmonton day, and we would all be together outside in Louise McKinney Park, and most of us would have ridden here on our motorbikes. But here we are. Everybody's doing a great job to keep things safe, and hopefully soon we'll be able to get back together, hang out, and do some riding. My name is Mark Dobbelsteyn, and I am the Program Director for the Motorcycle Training School here at the Alberta Safety Council. I've been with the Safety Council since 2002, starting as an instructor, and as I mentioned, am now administering the training program here. The ASC is incredibly proud to be a corporate member with AMSS and helping to support them with their important work of promoting motorcycle safety awareness. I'm sure you have all noticed that there are now more and more bikes out on the road every day, so getting the awareness message out right now is vitally important. Now, there are 4 other training schools in Alberta that I want to give a shout out to who are also corporate members. Along with us in Edmonton is TNT Motorcycling. In Calgary, there's Too Cool Motorcycle School, Motology, and the SATE Motorcycle Training Program. If you go to the AMSS website, you can find links to all our schools there. So it's not surprising, Leanne and the AMSS have asked me today to speak just briefly on rider training and its importance to safety. Now, a lot of people I talk to when they call for training information are surprised to learn that motorcycle training is not mandatory in Alberta. Now, whether you believe it should be mandatory or not is a discussion for another day, but that being said, most people on the road today who are riding have not taken any training. They have been taught by a parent or a friend. Now, I'm sure their family and friends had very good intentions, but advice like, you gotta learn to lay it down, or never use the front brake, it might throw you over the handlebars, are just a few of the riding tips that need to be dispelled at the training schools. Rider training is probably the first thing you should think of right after you've decided that you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle. You know, the first big investigative motorcycle crash report that came out was the Hurt Report in the 70s. It investigated over 900 crashes, as well as 3,600 police reports. And one of the main conclusions was that people who took motorcycle training had far better odds of not being involved in a motorcycle collision than those who didn't take any training. I'm pretty sure most, if not all people who want to learn to ride are really hoping they will never get into a collision. So why not do one of the most important things you can do to help achieve that goal? The ASC and all the other corporate schools have beginner learn to ride courses. It's so critical that people take the training before getting on a motorbike. All of the schools will teach you things like emergency braking, emergency swerving, how to push steer, counter steer, as well as how to make tight little slow speed maneuvers when you're in a parking lot, say Tim's on White Avenue. And let me tell you, there's nothing more embarrassing than dropping your bike trying to do a slow speed turn in front of 50 or 60 other bikers. You know, when you're in a car, and if you get into a collision, you are surrounded by metal, you have airbags, seatbelts, there's a good chance that you will come out of that collision okay. You don't have that luxury on a motorcycle. All you have are your smarts, your skills from training, and the gear that you were wearing to protect you. So please, if you have friends who are thinking of learning to ride, really try to convince them to take the training to start. And of course, for you seasoned riders, you can always learn new skills and work to keep your skills sharp. All the corporate schools listed also have courses for those who already have their license. There are advanced rider courses where you bring your bike onto the lot. We teach you how to lean it over more, how to brake more aggressively without locking up the tires. There's street skill courses to help keep you safe out in traffic. There's even courses that'll take you up into the mountains for the day. So never think that you know it all. Always be willing to learn, even if you've been riding for years. And of course, lastly, if you like to go fast, faster than the posted limit, go sign up for track days or a race school. You won't believe how good your skills will improve by taking one of those courses. So if you want to go fast, take it to the track. So to wrap things up, I have known Leanne for a few years now, and she also took her training with us many years ago. I know Leanne is incredibly passionate about all things to do with motorcycling. So about 5 or 6 years ago now, when she came by the Safety Council to let us know about her new project, the AMSS, I was very excited when she told us about what she was planning. From day one, the ASC was supportive of her desire to get the word out about motorcycle awareness and safety, and to help in whatever capacity we could. Supporting Leanne and her team at AMSS is very important to the ASC. Our main goal here at the training school has always been to make sure we teach people to be the safest riders they can be so that they can have a long and collision-free career. With the arrival of the AMSS and the powerful, passionate voice for rider awareness that they bring, it has made our jobs here at the training schools that much easier. Riding has become a lot safer in this province because of the work they do. So thank you to Leanne and to her team at AMSS for this awareness campaign kickoff. Ride safe, everyone. Watch for the gravel out there, and see you on the road.
And now here's Alex Campbell, EMS Public Education Officer, with a point of view from our first responder partners.
Hi, my name is Alex Campbell, paramedic and public education officer with Alberta Health Services EMS, and a motorcycle rider myself. Every year, paramedics respond to hundreds of motorcycle collisions. Some of them are even fatal. We'd like to help keep all motorcycle riders safe this year with a few safety tips. First and most importantly is wear the gear. A properly fitted certified helmet and full head-to-toe coverage, including gloves and sturdy boots, is very important. Second, ride to the road conditions and your skill level and the weather. Lastly, consider taking a motorcycle safety course. Whether you're a novice rider trying to gain some skills and knowledge, or you're an experienced rider looking to brush up your skills. Every road user plays an important part in keeping motorcycles safe. So take care and have a safe season.
And now here's Leanne Langlois, the president of the Alberta Motorcycle Safety Society.
It's been kind of fun to see all the backdrops that everybody has used. Our media guys highlighted their motorcycles and proudly wearing their station brands, where our other speakers, their places of work. For us at AMSS, we're keeping it simple, just our logo and our website in case you wanted to find out more information like who supports us through corporate memberships, our media family, resources like documents, videos, and podcasts, monthly news tips, and buttons to all of our social media. Make sure to check it out and let us know if you have any questions. 2020 is turning out to be such a different start to our season. We were also excited to have our first concurrent motorcycle safety campaign launch event in both Edmonton and Calgary this year, where COVID-19 had other ideas for us, along with many other events in our community. When looking at the big picture, the health of our community should come first. And when we come out the other side, regardless of how that new normal will be, our riders will be there supporting each other, supporting charities, and supporting local. Let's reflect on the 2019 season. Statistics are something that can be difficult to get, as sometimes it will take up to 2 years to see the stats from the province. That then makes the ability to tailor some messaging delayed. For that reason, and sadly because most motorcycle-related fatalities are reported in the news, we have started to track collisions with that result to quickly understand patterns. 2019 had 11 motorcycle-related fatalities in the province, down from the 16 in 2018. We are realistic in also attributing to what had to be one of the worst weather seasons in recent times. Likely there were not as many people out riding. Of those 11 fatalities, we found the following. 1 motorcycle rear-ended a vehicle, 1 vehicle rear-ended a motorcycle, 1 head-on collision, 1 hit and run, 1 collision with wildlife, 2 single vehicle ran off the road collisions, and 4 vehicles turned left in front of the path of a motorcycle. Of these, 4 were located in the Edmonton area, 3 in the Calgary area, and 4 in rural Alberta. When we launched our first campaign 5 years ago, our first high-impact PSA was about that left-hand turn scenario. This continues to be a huge problem throughout our province and does not discriminate between city riding and rural riding. Typically, an investigation cannot prove criminal intent for charges of criminal negligence causing death, so the driver of the vehicle is given a small fine and maybe a couple of demerits. Given that this is a major reoccurring issue on our roadways, perhaps it's time for the province of Alberta to review these fines for failing to turn left safely causing death, given that at minimum 9 riders have been killed in just the past 2 years alone for this specific reason, which remains in our top 3 killers each year. Perhaps it's time to revisit the driver education system in the province to include a section on sharing the road with motorcycles. Now, don't get me wrong. Even with last year's fatal collisions, we definitely still have some work to be done within our own motorcycle community that tends to center around speeding. The point being, we all need to do better, as there is not one death that has been listed above, possibly with the exception of the collision with wildlife, that could not have been avoided. As humans, we have the ability to control what we do, and we need to use that ability to ensure we are conducting ourselves on the roads with complete awareness. Give each other space, refrain from speeding, use your signals to let others know what you are doing. Zero distractions like phones. Road rage is not the answer. Instead, be courteous and civil. Look out for each other, or even look for each other. Make sure that intersection is clear before you proceed through in any direction. All of these suggestions can be applied to any road user, whether they are on a motorcycle, in a car, or 18-wheeler. Just be better out there. On to some lighter news from AMSS. 2019 also saw the first full year of our newly established Calgary team. They attended a few events around the Calgary area and even delivered some pre-ride safety talks at organized charity events. I'm really excited to watch them continue to grow. We applied for and received a grant courtesy of the University of Alberta Injury Prevention Fund. This was the first time application and grant approval from this program, and we couldn't be more excited. The monies received will play a huge part in how we will reach the people with awareness during this pandemic, as events everywhere are being canceled or postponed. We signed up 2 new corporate members in 2019, including the Grand Prairie Regional College, home of the premier motorcycle mechanics courses, and our first Harley-Davidson dealership with Heritage Harley-Davidson. We had planned on so many great events with our corporate membership, which will be delayed due to COVID-19, but once we are ready to go, we will continue to plan and support all of our corporate members, because supporting local is going to be key to rebound our economy and keep all those wonderful motorcycle-related options open and at our fingertips. Rider training has been put on hold at all 5 of our partnered schools, along with Class 6 road testing. Once they get the go-ahead to start up in training, we will be making a big announcement to help them get moving again. And with that, a big thank you to Mark for taking the time to help us with our campaign launch and speaking on behalf of the corporate members, including the 5 rider training schools. We are continuing to grow with our partnerships with first responders. We have been grateful for the continued support from the Alberta RCMP, sheriffs, peace officers, Edmonton and Calgary City Police. We are extremely excited to have the Alberta Health Services EMS into our fold. Special thanks to Alex Campbell for his participation for our launch, and a special shout out to his counterpart in Calgary, Stuart Brideau, who we look forward to working with and learning from as well. When it comes to media, we are always humbled by the support we receive. Whether it's been Chorus Entertainment, Bell Media, or Rogers, who have always aired our video PSAs, or the countless radio stations that air the audio versions, no questions asked. We would not be as successful in reaching the general public at large without you. And this year we have a special partnership with Stingray, as you heard earlier in this video from Sean Burke, highlighting the above and beyond they are taking on this year. It is the best way with no boots on the ground to reach as far as possible through digital and radio campaigns. Special thanks to Terry Evans for hosting this unprecedented launch event. We had a lot to put together, and he was always a consummate professional, helping us succeed. Second-time host, though. First time ever, and now first ever with a format due to a pandemic, and always there for our motorcycle and charity community. My final thank you today goes to the fine folks of Production World. John Beckett and Kelly Kimo have to be very proud of the group of employees they have. This year, they are helping us shoot a new public service announcement. We had hoped to have it ready, but a combination of weather and COVID-19 has delayed us. It will get done, and it will be posted to our social media as soon as it's available, but no spoilers. When physical distancing became a public health order, but before things got really locked down, we made the right decision to cancel the live launch events before we were told we had to. We enacted a plan B that we didn't know we had and took this straight to Chris Duncan at Production World. And in a very safe and physically distanced way, we were able to still fulfill our mandate to officially launch riding season and welcome riders back to the roads. It is always nice to know we can count on our partners to be there in any circumstance. I will leave you all with some tips to riding during COVID-19. Ease back into riding like you would every spring. Roads are full of gravel, potholes, and in some cases, there still might be ice under that puddle. Your tires will react differently on cold pavement as they will take longer to warm up. Wear all of your gear all of the time. Be a little more diligent on the roads. Just because there's less traffic doesn't mean you get to ride irresponsibly. You don't want to be a statistic, and more importantly, you don't want to be a patient in a hospital right now. Maybe carry some disposable gloves for stops at the gas station, and please dispose of them properly. Take the precautions you need to do to keep safe from COVID-19 anywhere that you may stop, including space between you and your friends when you're off bikes. Understand that the physical distancing order was put in place and fines can occur under the Public Health Act. This includes, as it is for vehicles, having passengers on your motorcycle who do not have the same address as you. The fines are hefty. This is a great opportunity to show the general public what an amazing community we are, that we respect the current rules in place and do our part to help flatten the curve so we can come out of this as soon as possible. Be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. I missed the live event, but I'm happy to be here. Remember, ride smart, ride safe, and think bike.
Thank you very much for watching the 5th Annual Alberta Motorcycle Safety Society Campaign Kickoff. Over the next few months, you're going to be seeing a lot and hearing a lot about the Alberta Motorcycle Safety Society, television, radio, social media, and newspaper, reminding you to share the road, to help reduce injuries and fatalities with motorists and motorcyclists alike. We hope that everyone will come together collectively and equally to share the responsibility on the road. I'm Terry Evans from K97 Radio in Edmonton, reminding you to think bike.